Hey there, it's Will Vaughan from Your Career Mastery, and in this video, we're going to talk about how you can start reframing your imposter syndrome and actually make it from a negative into a positive. So my first tip here is that actually a little bit of imposter syndrome is a good thing, because that can often mean that you're leveling up in your career and you're playing the game at a higher level. As you move up in your career, you're going to work with people who are maybe smarter, more experienced, more knowledgeable, specialists in particular areas, and will in some cases have more knowledge in certain areas than you do. And that is totally fine. No one expects you to know absolutely everything. So the fact that you're surrounding yourself with people who are maybe more experienced, who are maybe smarter, it shouldn't make you feel like an imposter, like you're not meant to be there, because you are meant to be there. It should actually show you that you're moving up in your career and you're surrounding yourself with people who are playing the game at a higher level. Because if you're surrounding yourself with people who are playing the game at the same level as you, or who you're more knowledgeable than, then you're not necessarily going to be learning. You're not necessarily going to be getting the benefit of that. Everyone around you will be getting the benefit of that, but you won't. So by you surrounding yourself with people who are more knowledgeable, who are specialists in certain areas, who maybe have expertise that you don't, that is fantastic, because you're going to benefit from that. You're going to learn. And no one expects you, especially if you've moved into a new team, a new business, or a new role, no one should expect you to know everything, and you shouldn't put that pressure on yourself. So as you step into a new environment that maybe is foreign to you, you want to soak up as much knowledge as you can, but also set the expectation with yourself that you're not going to figure out everything on your own immediately. Actually, you're never ever going to figure out everything on your own. You need to collaborate and work with other people, but a little bit of imposter syndrome is a fantastic thing, because it's going to show you that you are surrounding yourself in new environments and you're going to be adapting to that new environment, and it'll take time to adapt. You might feel like an imposter at first, but that will vanish over time. Tip number 2 here is that a little bit of imposter syndrome is actually totally normal. It would be weird if you moved into a new environment where people are, like I said, maybe more knowledgeable than you, or more experienced than you, maybe more skilled than you. It would be weird if you didn't feel like a little bit of imposter, right? Because it's very normal to have feelings of self-doubt where you think, oh, am I right here? These people are more skilled than me, blah, blah, blah. But you need to park that ego at the door and say, it's totally fine for me to not know everything, because there's always going to be stages in your career as you move up and move into new teams and new levels, new departments, new businesses, new opportunities, where you're going to go through that period of being the new kid in school, where you need to learn, you need to listen, you need to park your ego at the door and understand that you don't know everything. And again, no one should expect you to know everything. And in fact, many leaders and managers are really good at understanding this, because they know that they can't run an entire business by themselves. They need to put the right people in place to drive value and also to get things done in the business. And if you're a CEO or a GM, you want people in your business who are subject matter experts in areas that you're not, so that they can compensate for your biases, for your blind spots, for all the things you don't know about, so you can keep moving the business forward. So you shouldn't feel like an imposter, because it's actually a very good thing that you're surrounding yourself with people who know things that you don't, because you're going to learn from them, and it's going to make you a richer, more valuable, more capable, more skilled, more knowledgeable professional, which will drive your value in the marketplace over the long term and will set you up for some fantastic career opportunities going forward. But like I said, a little bit of imposter syndrome is completely normal, because you're going into a new environment. There's always going to be a process of adapting to that new environment where you might doubt yourself, and we've all gone through this. I know that I went through this when I started my last job, or what's now my current job. It was a massive shift. I went from the insurance tech industry to the FMCG industry, which was like completely different industries. I didn't even understand basic things about the databases, how the codes worked, how the systems worked, how they marketed and sold products. It was completely new for me. So it was a very humbling experience. It's probably the best way that I can put it. It was very humbling, but it was one of the best experiences I've gone through, because it showed me the importance of listening to people and being humble. It also showed me dealing with other people's impatience, and particularly junior people in the business who knew more about certain things than me, but didn't have my experience, my knowledge, my confidence, my capability, my ways of working, my ability to put a strategy together. I had things that they didn't have, and they had things that I didn't have. And together, it made both of us stronger in the process. And my third tip that I wanted to share when it comes to imposter syndrome is that you are absolutely meant to be there. One of the key feelings that we all have when it comes to imposter syndrome is feeling like we don't deserve to be here, that we're not driving value, that we're an imposter and we should leave and we shouldn't be there, we're not driving any value. And it's a sad thing to feel. But I also want to share with you that that feeling is complete BS, grounded in nothing but our own personal self-doubt and delusion, and we need to snap that out immediately. Because if you were chosen to move into a team or a new role or a new business, especially if it's a promotion, I guarantee you, you're meant to be there. They will have vetted you, they know your skills, they know your capabilities, but more importantly, they know your potential. And no business really hires someone just for what they can do immediately. Yes, they hire for skills and for experiences and capability and knowledge and expertise, but they also hire you for the potential that you can bring the business, because they know you're going to come into that business and you're not going to hit the ground running immediately. You're going to need to learn how the business works. You're going to need to meet everyone, build ways of working, build collaboration. But from that, you can infinitely increase your value that you can add to the business. And like I said before, there's always going to be people in the business who might seem smarter, more skilled, more experienced, more capable, whatever it is than you are, but that's totally fine, because there's always going to be a bigger fish. It's always going to be someone who seems smarter or more knowledgeable or more skilled or more capable. That's fine. But I also guarantee you that there are people in the business who look at you and they think that, oh, I wish I was as smart or as knowledgeable or as capable or as skilled as you, as that person. So there are people who probably feel like imposters around you. You might feel like an imposter around certain other people. Unfortunately, this is just how it works. So I highly encourage you to make the people who are more junior in the business feel comfortable, who feel at ease, and make sure that they don't have any imposter syndrome. And likewise for you, I highly encourage you to really assess your own feeling of imposter syndrome and what's driving it. And just remember, you're chosen for a reason. You know, you're there to learn from everyone around you as well, especially the more senior people. No one expects you to have all the answers to every problem in the business. It's on you to keep learning and keep adapting to the changing pace of business, the changing pace of the business that you work in, but also just keep adapting to the times.